My brothers and my sisters, open the books of history and you will come to an understanding that many gangsters, mafias, mobsters, rulers, generals, commanders, conquerors, warriors have come and gone. They were known for their plan of attack. They were known for their leadership. They were known for their technique. Some, they were known for their military expeditions. And those guys who want to be gangsters, open the books of history and you will come to an understanding that you ain't no gangster, you just a fake wannabe Scarface. Why? Because history says that Genghis Khan was the ruler of the Mongol Empire. Thutmose, he was the ruler of the Egyptian Empire. Darius, he was the ruler of the Persian Empire. Alexander, he was the ruler of the Macedonia Empire. Julius, he was the ruler of the Roman Empire. Sheng, he was the ruler of the Chinese Empire. Rurik, he was the ruler of the Russian Empire. Attila, he was the ruler of the Hunnic Empire. Charles, he was the ruler of the Frankish Empire. Napoleon, he was the ruler of the French Empire. But in the sight of men, these guys hold some weight. But in the sight of Allah, the King of all kings, the Master of the Day of Judgment, these guys are more lighter than a mosquito's wing. In the land of the Muslims, in the land of the Mushrikeen.
But when I look at the way that we're living, you know, it breaks my heart to see that we've left the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've left the best example for the life of what? For the life of gangsters, man. And I think to myself, that when's it going to end? When are we as a community going to pull up and wake up and see that, not only are we destroying ourselves, not only are we giving a bad image towards our deen, but we're actually killing each other. We're literally killing each other. And for what? For what? I don't understand. Why? Because you watch Scarface, then now you want to follow him. You know, one day I was watching the making of it, yeah? And even in the making, they're saying that Al Pacino, he didn't even know where to place his hand on the rifle. He ended up burning his hand. And we believe it. Even Tupac Shakur, when he was offered a role to play a Muslim gangster, he says there's no such thing.
Because I ain't gonna play no gangbanger who's a Muslim. There ain't no such thing.
How can he be Muslim and a gangster at the same time? Well, poor Tupac, he didn't come to the area. He didn't come to Punchbowl, to Bankstown, and to Auburn, and to Granville, and Greenacre. Full of them. Brothers walking around with egos the size of mountains. You know, one of the Mashaykh, he says, it's amazing, it's amazing. How can the person that traveled through the passage of urine twice, how can this person still have pride in his heart? How? I look at young kids, 14, 15, 16, they aspire to be what? Not doctors and lawyers, not Mashaykh and scholars and ulama, but to be gangsters. 15 years old and he's already got a tattoo. And he starts off nice and pretty. Starts off with a tattoo of his mum's name. How cute. And then before you know it, he's covered from head to toe. The Prophet of Allah cursed the one that gets the tattoo and the one that does the tattoo. The Prophet of Allah cursed them. And I'm not speaking about the one who's repented. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive. But what are we chasing? What are we aiming? This thug life? My brothers and sisters, do you really think this is real? Do you think that's living? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِ فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ. The one that stays away from the remembrance of Allah, the one that stays away from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one that chooses a life other than the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says for him is a miserable life. You watch a couple of movies or maybe you watch a couple of songs, you know, but you don't know the truth of these people's lives. They're miserable. They're miserable. Wallahi, they're miserable. I see young brothers, they've left their mothers and they've left their fathers. You know, if they've left their families, what? You've sold your family for who? For who? For these little thugs? You think these people are friends, Akhi? When you go to jail, yeah, you'll see then how true your friends are. Yeah? When this comes out, no one for no one, Habib. No one for no one. Brother, I'll take a bullet for you. Brother, sit down, please. Stop kidding yourself. Nah, brother, he's my khayye. Wallahi, your real brother, the only brother you will ever have is the one that calls you away from haram. Your only true brother is the one that calls you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These people who go around, hurting each other and putting it on each other, I take an oath by Allah. We only harm, we only shoot, we only stab, we only put it on the ones that we know he can't do anything about it. We know he can't do anything about it. That's why we always ask, who is he? Who's his brothers? Who's he connected to? He's a nobody. Then this comes out, and this comes out, and then mashallah, you're a jaban, you're a coward, that's what you are. Wallahi, you're a coward. A real man is a man that serves his community. A real man is a man that gives back to his people. A real man is a man that serves his wife and serves Allah and serves his deen. Not someone who harms, sells filth. We live a life that's closer to the life of animals, bro. Selling drugs, poisoning the community, poisoning innocent people, and you're making a living off it. Why? So that at the end of the week, at the end of the month, look at me, I'm on the Greek islands and I'm here and I'm there and taking photos. Wallahi, for you is a miserable life. For you is a miserable life. You're not happy and you know that you're not happy, but we love it. We love the image. We love it. Now even the sisters, wallahi, even the sisters now, everyone wants an ex-bad boy. You want an ex-bad boy, sister? Nah, alhamdulillah, look, he's got a couple of tattoos, but now he's repented, mashallah. He's repented? Fine. When 2-3 years later into your marriage, sister, your cute ex-bad boy, husband gets knocked or gets killed, or you find him, cheating with one of his blasts from the past, then go and spend the rest of your nights crying. Wallahi, my brothers, forgive me, I'm frustrated, wallahi, I'm burning. I'm burning. When is this gonna stop? When are we gonna pull up? When are we gonna come back to our deen and start living humble lives? Because wallahi, once you enter into your grave, all your friends and your cars and your women and your money, Habibi, that's all gone. That's all gone.
And if you don't fear Allah, then wait for the punishment of Allah to descend. You oppress women, and all of a sudden man thinks he's a bad man. You slander women because they have reached somewhere on the career ladder and you don't like it. You listen to the devil's music and all of a sudden man thinks he's 50 Cent. You cruise around with your boys, with your girlfriends, blasting the devil's music, smoking weed, smoking ganja. Fear Allah, fear Allah, fear Allah. And if you don't fear Allah, then wait for the punishment of Allah to descend.